Hi everyone, today we're going to run a cyber attack simulation to see how the Transparent Edge cybersecurity platform holds up. First, I'm going to run a few quick tests using Apache Benchmark and SQLMap, just to prove that these tools are pretty much obsolete now. Any modern solution is going to catch them straight away, but to see it in real time, we'll compare the results with a more sophisticated simulation. We'll kick off the first part by launching a DDoS attack with up to 10,000 requests using Apache Benchmark and, in parallel, a WAF attack simulation with SQLMap. The WAF attack will trigger a 403 forbidden, while the DDoS attack will be completely absorbed. If we go to the Transparent Edge dashboard and filter by the last hour, we can see the spike in requests here, as well as this 429 error, which is a synthetic response from our DDoS protection. Filtering by these requests reveals the attacker's details. Here's the Spanish IP I launched the attack from. In this case, the system hasn't assigned a risk score because I don't usually run these tests from my own IP. As you can see, every single request has been neutralized. Let's move on to part 2. I'm going to simulate an attack that behaves much more like a real cybercriminal. The target site is a standard Magento setup. First, we'll run a scan bypassing the CDN and its security systems, attacking its origin IP directly using an internal tool that maps the attack surface. We're going for a very standard approach here, launching a mix of WAF payloads, bot simulations, DDoS. A bit of everything to try and sniff out the easiest entry points for an attacker. Here we can see what the tool is doing. We started the scanner at 9:33. Right now, it's attacking the origin IP. Behind this IP, we've got an Ubuntu 24 box with the latest security updates. Everything's fully patched. There's also an Nginx setup with Redis for object caching. This would be a decent, fairly standard production VPS. Naturally, nothing is showing up on the dashboard yet because we're bypassing the CDN. If you notice, the spike from the first test didn't drive up the bandwidth, though it did increase the request count when we launched Apache Benchmark. Heading back to the scanner, we can see it's already moved on to the bot simulator phase. It looks like the origin analysis on this host and IP is done. We can see it hasn't detected a CDN, and everything regarding cores, cookies, paths, etc., looks clean. As I mentioned, it's an updated machine. There are no CSP issues, though it's probably missing some security headers. There are a few cookie issues, and this is where we start seeing some really interesting data. We can spot a whole bunch of vulnerabilities regarding Layer 7 DDoS attacks. The tool launched a set of payloads with varying paranoia levels and, as you can see, it's vulnerable to all of them. On the bot side, there are a few bits that Nginx and the environment setup will block automatically, but everything else gets through, for instance, anything involving evasive behavior. We also see here that it is indeed missing security headers, just as I anticipated. Right, now we're going to repeat the exact same scan, but we'll make it a bit more interesting. We're going to launch a new scan from a random IP in the Netherlands. It automatically detects the CDN here, so let's fire it up and see how the results change. Let's refresh the dashboard as well and pull up the logs. We started this one at 9:39, and the OSINT layer is already kicking off. It's already identified things it can't see. It won't completely time out because the configuration I've set for this site is a standard e-commerce profile. In other words, it's not going to trigger under attack mode for no good reason. I've also dialed down the anti-bot protection quite a bit so we can actually see things happening. Otherwise, the anti-bot and under attack mode would block absolutely everything and we wouldn't see a thing on the dashboard, just like before. Let's check which IP we're attacking from to keep it in mind. 212.8.249.216. In the logs, we can see that since I've given it a bit of leeway, it has crawled a few pages and is also scanning part of the API. We're already seeing activity on the dashboard. Let's filter by the last hour and... yes, there we are. Geolocated in the Netherlands. This other widget also shows the IP that has been blocked by the anti-bot and the WAF. It's possible it hasn't flagged it as a bot yet because our internal tool flies under the radar. Either way, if the anti-bot didn't catch it, the WAF did. They might have even caught it simultaneously. Okay, the scan is finished. All the surface vulnerabilities are going to look pretty much the same. From this point onwards, it is detecting new things. For example, it can see there's a CDN behind it, and it shows why it identified it. Since I didn't hide the headers, which I could have done at the edge, it knows it's a Magento site. I didn't touch the ports, but here's where things change. It now confirms that most of the vulnerabilities don't exist. We wouldn't be able to evaluate Rudy straight off the back of such a fast scan. We would have needed to run much slower, spaced out queries. However, even with standard e-commerce protection, it blocked most payloads. A few might have slipped through because, as I said, I have a pretty relaxed WAF configuration running. On the bot front, it might not have caught every single payload because the anti-bot blocked the source. The attack tool is designed to bypass all our solutions, but as you can see, even with standard protection, very little managed to sneak past. Let's look at the data on the dashboard. This is the first brute force attack I launched from the Spanish IP, and this is the second one. You can see right here that the system has flagged it with a 98% risk score and blocked the IP. We can easily unblock it right from this modal at the click of a button. Even though it was a low volume of requests, the tool was able to identify that this IP was up to no good. The different detection and mitigation solutions flagged it as an attacker, despite it being an under-the-radar event with very few requests. That's brilliant, because a lot of malicious activity is highly stealthy and not obvious at all. This gives us proof that someone is probing for weaknesses, allowing us to take extra steps to keep the bad guys out.